Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burning.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 31 degrees outside under a clear sky. Winds out of the west-southwest. Before we forget, let's thank our sponsors of our video stream and replays of the breakfast show. They include Central Nebraska Warehouse and Storage, Culligan, Ferter Auto, the Garden Center, Hunter's Towing, Ideal Realty, Quality Senior Village, Ross Electric and Hertique, the Runza Restaurant, and V-Bar Trailer Sales and Service. And I believe somewhere I saw passing by the other day the Custer County Foundation. I don't know if I'm reading that correctly or not, but right now V-Bar's up there. Oh, there's Quality Senior Villages. You just scroll across magically.
Yeah.
Brett, you know,
Yeah, Dave.
I just want you to know.
Yes.
I still have pushed the devil back, and that happened the weekend going into April Fool's Day on a Monday, and I failed a little bit on last Friday, as you know, with Rick Nelson. I pushed the envelope a little hard on climate change, but since then that was just kind of a little reminder. There's ways to approach things in a positive, good manner.
Sure.
So I'm going to attempt to do that now because I'm a little worried about you. And
worried about me for what reason?
Well, that's the good part of it is I care about you and I worry about you. And I think sometimes, I just worry about you. And yesterday was one of those days.
Okay,
because I'm just going to... I thought that you might be out here with us with the glasses watching the eclipse, and wait just a minute. No. Let me finish.
No, not yet. You were out here as a group.
Yeah.
Well, no one told me.
Well, it was a small group. It was my wife and I and Jeremy and Kristen and Christy. I guess it was most of us right now. Yeah.
So you waited for me to leave for my lunch hour, and then you all got together. Well, I'm hurt.
Well, now just a minute. Let me explain. You obtained, because we have such good listeners, wonderful people that were listening to Party Line. You mentioned that we wanted some glasses because we didn't have any. My wife found one pair of the eclipse glasses at home.
Yeah.
And a very nice listener brought a pair out for us to use. So
that's great.
I guess my question would be then is what you thought we were going to do with them, as far as using them.
Well, probably watch the eclipse, but nobody told me we were getting together as a group to go out and view it together. I'm very hurt that I wasn't invited.
Well, no,
when I came back, I got a pair of glasses and went out and saw the beauty and the amazing display of God's creation with the eclipse, which was phenomenal.
Yes.
But I was not invited to join the group. I went home and took lunch. I was hungry.
I don't believe there were any invitations to the eclipse party. We just all we knew it was going to peak out at about 10 before the hour of 2.
Okay.
And so we went out during that period of time and waited for the clouds to clear. And, we missed you. And you weren't there, and then I find out.
Well, I always take my lunch from 1 to 2. If I'd known we were going to get together at 10 to 2, I'd have come back early.
Well, then
I'm hurt.
Then maybe I should apologize.
I'm disappointed. Gee, I guess...
But I thought
maybe I'm not as much part of the group as I thought.
Oh, no. Don't.
Man,
No.
I woke up feeling in a pretty good mood, but now I just feel like I'm being left out.
Well, now, see, I'm trying to be a good person, and now I'm making you feel bad. This is not working out. But what did you do over the noon hour?
I went home and had a quick lunch.
Mm-hmm. And?
Well, I do what I always do. I watch the Andy Griffith Show. It was Barney's Bloodhound was the episode. Okay,
so have you seen that episode before?
Once or twice.
So you realize this is something that I don't want to make you feel even worse, but the clips won't be here for another 20 years. You've seen this particular episode of Andy Griffith probably 2 or 3 times. But you missed the majority of the eclipse with your crew.
Because I wasn't invited.
Well, there wasn't any invitations.
I didn't know you were going to all get together as a group and view it. When I went home, I didn't have a pair of glasses. I didn't really want to just look up with the naked eye. I've been told that's bad. So then when I came back, I grabbed the glasses and went out by myself, because I wasn't invited to be a part of the group, and viewed the eclipse. So I viewed the eclipse. I don't know what you're mad at me for. If anybody should be mad, it should be me. I got left out.
Brent, you're misinterpreting.
I'm very hurt.
I am not mad at you.
Oh,
I'm just worried about you because you've watched
Well, I'm worried about me, too, because I guess I'm no longer part of the group. Everybody went out, viewed the eclipse. I'm sure visited with one another and looked at it together, saw how beautiful it was, and
we gave each other coats because it was cold out.
Where's Brent? Well, no one told him we were going to do this.
Well, you went home and watched Andy Griffith. I can't help you.
I went home and had lunch.
You've probably seen that episode 3 or 4 times.
I didn't go home to watch Andy Griffith. I went home to have lunch.
And watch Andy Griffith.
Well, that's what I do during my lunch. Yes.
Well, I hope you realize we didn't try to hurt your feelings, and there was really no invitation. We were just all here. Joan and I wanted to watch the eclipse together because...
Well, sure, yeah. It's fun to do it as a group. I'm sure I'm guessing businesses went out as a group and viewed the eclipse yesterday, and everybody here did too, except me, because I wasn't told we were going to do it.
Well, Brent, you were the one that obtained the glasses on Party Line. You had to figure out there was going to be something done with it.
Well, yes, and again, I went out and viewed the eclipse with the glasses.
Well, unfortunately, you saw probably the tail end of it.
Yeah, probably,
I
but
feel
it was
kind
still
of bad about
it was
that
still
for
pretty
you.
amazing.
Because I care about you.
Yeah.
And I want to...
So you care about me, but you didn't invite me to be a part of the group.
I didn't invite anybody except my wife. Because I said, Joan...
Well, you knew I was at lunch, a text message or a phone call. Hey, Brent, we're all going out to look at the eclipse. If you want to come back early from lunch, you can join us. I didn't get any of that. I didn't get a text, didn't get a phone call.
It wasn't really planned.
I just got... I'm getting reprimanded.
No, I'm not.
By you.
I feel bad for you because...
Well, I feel bad for me, too, because you didn't invite me.
It's going to be another 20 years before you can see that. 20 years.
I did see it,
How old will you be in 20? You're going to be almost 70.
I went out and looked at it.
You're almost going to be 70 years old when you see that.
Now, another thing, I'm the one that takes his lunch late. I was hungry, so I went home and had lunch. Like I always do, between 1 and 2.
Uh-oh.
And then you didn't tell me we were getting together.
Now one of our listeners are letting us know that we've hurt their feelings.
Oh.
Reed.
Yes?
Said, I've noticed listeners are being awarded interaction points. Do the top 10 get invited to Brent's party? After all, we're kind of like friends and neighbors.
Ah.
I don't know where you're at on the party, and I know
I'm not throwing a party.
Busy. Well, see, there's going to be some feelings.
The party is your idea. It's always been your idea. You're the one that brought up the party to begin with.
I don't believe so. Let's move along. Today,
If I have a party, I guess maybe I'll just have one and not invite Dave, because I didn't get invited to view the eclipse yesterday.
yeah, did you? Well, we had some left
with everyone that I thought was my friend. Nobody let me know.
We had some blizzards.
Everybody went out and had a good time with each other and
Please settle down.
didn't contact Brent.
Could have had another blizzard if you would have been here at the gathering.
Hey, thank you, Craig Safranik, by the way, for bringing out the winning flavor of the blizzard yesterday.
That's still surprising.
The peach cobbler.
Still surprising. I
That's
think
the first time I've had that blizzard. I liked it. My personal favorite is still the peanut butter cup. I'm a little disappointed peanut butter cup did not win.
Yeah, that was an upset, I believe. Certainly wasn't an upset last night in the final game of the college matchup in basketball, men's basketball. That was a, I wouldn't call it a thrashing, but it was a solid win for.
Yeah, UConn left no doubt. They're the best team in men's basketball.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive tournament run.
It was. Second year in a row, right?
Yes.
Well, anyway, let's move along.
Yeah, okay. What are we doing?
School lunch menus, I believe.
All right.
That's what we usually do.
No, well, yeah. I usually take lunch from 1 to 2.
Could I invite you?
Could I invite you to join me? Nobody told me to come back early and join the gang.
Good gosh.
To go out and watch the eclipse.
Folks, I'm sorry I brought this up. I was trying to do it.
I didn't know y'all got together as a group to watch. Now I'm hurt.
It wasn't planned. Really, it wasn't.
Okay.
We just gathered.
Oh, we have cell phone communication now. You could have texted me. Hey,
Hi.
Brent, we're all out here looking at the eclipse together if you want to come join us.
And you probably would have been disappointed because you would have had to leave your Andy Griffith show.
No, it would have been over by then.
Oh, gosh. Prairie Pioneer Center today, they're having chicken Alfredo bake, California blend.
Oh, hey, Drew's on the line.
Oh, he was on the line.
Did he hang up?
Yes.
Oh, no. I forgot. I forgot that we called Drew. Yeah, Drew's been on the line.
Oh, geez.
You want to call him back?
Yeah, we better.
I'm sorry, Dave. You got going, and I completely forgot he was on the line. Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, we're going to take a chewing on this.
I love. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. He's.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, we're.
Hello.
Oh boy.
Yeah, is this Drew Gaffney?
It is.
So, Drew, did you go out and see the eclipse yesterday?
I had time for a cigarette listening to you guys.
That's kind of embarrassing, Drew.
It is embarrassing. Our sincere apologies, friend.
Usually when I walk in the room, Brent says, Drew's on the phone. I go, okay, that's the first thing we do. And then I was worried about Brent watching Andy Griffith rather than the eclipse, and it got kind of away from us, Drew.
Well, a couple of things. Getting back to Brent and the eclipse. In Brent's defense, he reminds me a lot of me around the sale barn. He's one of the only guys that really works around there.
Yes.
But then there's times he's standing around looking at the eclipse.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you. Thank you for understanding my situation.
And then, secondly, Brent, I feel like, once again, you're like me at the sale barn. You're kind of like the company mushroom.
Yeah.
You're left in the dark and fed full of, we'll leave it at that.
Well, Drew, would you mind telling us what's happening at the sale barns at Burwell and Broken Bow Livestock?
You bet. So this week, Broken Bow Livestock, Burwell Livestock got 2 big days coming back here again. Had a big week last week, and Broken Bow had way up sale along with calf and feeder sale. Really good attendance and really good markets on there. I'll kind of give you a rundown how we operate there. In the high-yielding cows, we were 134 to 149. In the middle cut of those cows, we were 125 to 133.75. Heiferettes was 140 to 215, and the bulls was 136 to 204. And baby calves are going anywhere from $175 up to $750 on those better older calves. And got into that steer and heifer division there. Had a nice run of those calves. Not a big run, but a really nice quality on those calves. Kind of tell you how we operated there. In the steer division, we had some 464-pound steers at $367.50. We had some 527-pound steers at $342.50. Had some 590-pound steers at $310, and had some 635-pound steers at $304. In the heifer division, we had some heifers weighed 353 at $332.50. And we had some 597-pound heifers at $320.50. Had some 552-pound heifers at $308, and had some 544-pound heifers at $312. This week, Broken Bow Livestock got a big special weigh-up sale, looking at about 700 head of those. Going to have some bred cow and bred heifer specials, plus some calf and yearling specials again the next 2 weeks. If you got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew, thanks a lot. Appreciate your patience with us.
No problem.
We'll try to do better next time.
We did remember to call you, though.
You did.
Oh, that might be one of our more embarrassing moments on the breakfast show that, of course, you're a part of, Drew, but wasn't anything you did, so appreciate it.
Well, I feel so wanted. Thanks, guys.
Talk to you later. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Bye. 7:47. Now we're just going to bypass the school lunch menus today. I did I get the Prairie Pioneer menu in completely? I think I did. Chicken Alfredo bake, California blend fruit. Call them at 872-6121 if you'd like the meal when you get there or to set up the delivery. I'm a little out of whack here. I'm a little embarrassed. And now we have another guest in the studio. Katrina's here from Arrow Seed. Katrina, how you doing?
Better than you guys, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're kind of off kilter here. Would you be patient with us for a moment so we can play the game?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, I don't know if this is okay, but I want to tell you, I just love the color of your hair.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Don't you think, Brent?
Absolutely.
She's got beautiful hair. And what is it? You got your contacts in today?
I do.
Okay, because I like your glasses.
They fall off my face a lot. I don't know why. They literally yesterday, the wind, I turned my head like this and they flew off my face.
That's not good.
So I wore contacts today.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, Brent, want to play the game?
Let's do.
Okay.
It's a Tumbleweed Day.
Oh, yes.
So I think we're giving away another small take-and-bake casserole from
delicious.
the Tumbleweed Cafe.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me? Because maybe I'm just embarrassed.
I'm okay.
I'm sweating.
Okay. That's just one of those things.
No, it's because we get off on some crazy subject, and Nick's got a guy on the phone waiting to do his show.
Oh, boy. As we try to get back on track here we go with your question. It's Lawn and Garden Month. Hey?
Hey.
So these fun trivia questions will test what you know about flowers and gardening.
Uh-oh.
So I expect you to get this correct.
You won't tell
Katrina.
them if I don't, right?
No, just be between us.
Yeah, well,
which of these flowers is native to North America? Which of these flowers is native to North America? Is it the marigold, chrysanthemum, the lotus, or the Japanese honeysuckle? Those are your choices.
I'm voting Japanese.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it could be. Which of these flowers is native to North America? The marigold, chrysanthemum, lotus, or the Japanese honeysuckle? If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day.
When you're starting your day on the go, or when you just don't want to mess with breakfast at home, express options at the Tumbleweed Cafe are the way to go. Sandwiches, burritos, cinnamon rolls in the drive-thru from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. At lunch from 11 to 2, it's burgers, chicken strips, or sandwiches and fries, quick and easy. Take and bake casseroles are available as well. Pick up in the drive-thru weekdays until 6. delicious lasagna, cheesy pasta taco bake, Texas spaghetti, and more. Drive through or dine in or visit the Sunday Buffet. East Highway 2, Broken Boat, the Tumbleweed Cafe.
Tired of unexpected car troubles putting a misfire in your day? Introducing C&M Auto in Anselmo. For routine maintenance to major repairs of gas and diesel cars or light and heavy-duty trucks, go with C&M Auto. They boast the latest diagnostics to diagnose and fix your vehicle's issues with quick response and a very competitive labor rate. Plus emergency 24-hour service rates outside their 9 to 5 Monday through Friday hours. Call 308-749-2277 for C&M Auto, located south of Chandler's Honey off Highway 2 in Anselmo. C&M Auto.
Make us part of your morning routine.
Just really great music, and you guys are fun and active and lively and just a good station.
Central Nebraska wakes up with Dave and Brent on The Breakfast Show.
Yeah, and we're also stupid.
Yeah, and forgetful.
We're
and
funny and forgetful.
Yeah.
Rude, stupid.
Come on, guys.
Oh, well, I'm still sweating. I'm embarrassed.
You can answer the
It
question
is
and
kind of
redeem yourself.
embarrassing.
I think it's the Japanese, whatever it was.
No, it is not. The question was, which of these flowers is native to North America? The choices were marigold, chrysanthemum, lotus, and Japanese honeysuckle. The answer was the marigold is native to North America.
How do you know that?
Because
I mean,
because it says right there. That's how I know.
yeah, but it had to start. So maybe it didn't start there, and the bird dropped a seed in, and
Yeah,
That's a
I've
very far-flying bird.
no idea.
that would be. I mean, maybe a duck had a marigold seed on its bill, and then stopped and got something to eat and dropped the seed, and there it was. Could have came from Florida.
This is true, I guess.
I can't think of a better person to be our guest during Lawn and Garden Month, though.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because you're gearing up for all of that.
Oh my gosh,
That
yeah.
arrow seed, right?
We got more garden seed in yesterday. We're trying not to run out for you guys. Guess what ships today?
Oh, potatoes.
I don't know.
Potatoes and onions.
Okay.
So hopefully,
Finally warm enough to get them shipped, huh?
yeah. Even though I will say, as I was driving on the Callaway Road this morning, I did see someone's sprinklers on, and I was kind of like,
Oops.
I don't know if that's quite what I would do, but that's okay.
Yeah, because it was just about freezing this morning. 31,
Just about, but
or
not
28,
quite.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend we're going to be 80 and 80, maybe 5.
I know. That'll be nice. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow.
I think it won't be too bad on Saturday and Sunday. I think it's going to be pretty nice.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
excited. We could use some weather like that
We could.
for sure.
Be a great day on this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, to get out and start scratching in that garden.
Yeah, prep your garden up, get it tilled up, maybe get some seeds in there, the cooler season ones. If you've had your plugs started, now's the time to think about it. And they might still get a little frosted, so if you decide you don't have time later and you want to put them in, maybe put something over them, like during the night, just to make sure they're a little protected. Seeding your lawn is kind of one of those times we're getting to. Next week is going to be the 3rd week of April, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's flying by, and that's the window to put seed in. And that's for entire. I noticed up in the north part of town where my mom lives, somebody is completely putting a new lawn in.
Oh, wow.
Rather than trying to overseed or put it in the blank spots, or just decided let's start from scratch, which this is the time of year you want to do that, right?
Yep. Now is a good time to start doing that. If you're going to reseed your garden, don't put down pre-emergent, because it would obviously kill all the new things coming up. So, keep that in mind. If you have any questions of what to put on your lawn, come in. There's multiple people at the store that can help you. If you're trying to figure out what kind of seed to put on your lawn. I just love when people call and they're like, oh, we got this seed, and I don't remember, and it's normally the wife calling, I will tell you this, and she's like, my husband told me to call and get this type of seed, and she's like, I just can't remember. I'm like, let me go through the list and see if you remember, and about one of them, they'll click off and be like, yep, that's right.
Yeah, rings a bell. Great time, too, to set up that 5-step program.
Yes.
Or whatever steps you want to buy into.
Yep. It's too early to apply quite yet, but if you still haven't got in, just give us a call. Come into the store. Lori and I'd help you out, and all you need to know is your square footage, and if you don't know that, like I said, we can figure that out for you guys. So,
Also, I'm thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but the grasses are really a little ahead of schedule, maybe. We're seeing we've seen green lawns all winter long, which is crazy. So I'm hoping the pastures are going to get a jump start this year, and maybe to be safe, sectioning off some areas of pasture so we don't overgraze early on might be a good idea. And I know you have fencing for all of that.
Oh yeah, we have plenty of fencing supplies. We have all kinds of different fence posts in stock. We have like the electric wire, the turbo wire. I mean, if you want high tensile wire, just kind of ask. And if we don't have it, there's always a possible way to get something in too. I fix fencers all the time. So if you need one fixed, I'm going to try to help you. I did find out the other day that we had a guy call in from Southwest Nebraska, and I was trying to help him through fixing the fencer, and I realized I'm not a good teacher.
Oh, it's tougher to tell or show somebody how to do it than do it yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you're here, and I know Logan can also work on those. He has, so you've got it covered. Also, work gloves and all of that sort of thing that you need maybe when you go out and do that fencing.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, we have the Tough Mate gloves and the Geyer gloves in stock. And, people come in and buy those in the winter. They buy them in the summer. I mean, we have the ones that are lined. I wouldn't prefer those during the summer, but, you get into that time, you might want the thinner ones. We have garden gloves, rain gauges. I mean, you name it, we kind of got it.
You do. And I know it's a little ways off, but I'm sure you're anxious to start seeing some things come into the greenhouse. A little early for that yet, but you always have a nice quality selection of plants that you put out there for people to come in and shop for.
Yeah, I got my list yesterday, so we're getting ready to, send that off, and the PTA stuff is getting sent off, and got another load back into the greenhouse. We've got raised bed soil. I got some of that in. We, getting mulch in, all kinds of things if you want to do it with your garden. Fertilizer for your tomatoes, sulfur, all kinds of things in there. And when we're getting the potatoes and onions in, obviously people will be coming into the garden center to do that. And I know a lot of people have been excited for that they've been coming in.
Yeah. And
I told them that I can't change where Good Friday landed.
Yeah, it's a little early. Yeah. Also, I know that Arrow Seed's been around for a long, long time, so they've kind of tested a lot of the products. So the products that you have on the shelves have basically been approved by Arrow Seed, which means a lot of years of experience, like you're talking about. What different starters do you have? I know most people, when they put a tomato in the ground or even a flower plant in the ground, they like to put a little starter, a little something to kind of jumpstart them. What do you guys have on the shelf?
Well, we have the all-purpose one that a lot of people use in their garden, like the 12-12-12. I know that we had the 18. I don't know the numbers, but that starter we had. We're waiting to get a shipment in on that. It kind of got sold out.
Oh.
Our wholesalers bought a bunch. They were thinking ahead too, and so we're waiting on that. And then there's another one that's like a 19. I don't know the numbers, but I know that there's quite a few options we have for you guys.
Right.
Of course, we have the spikes for your trees, and they say it's good to apply those 3 times a year, dependent in the tomato spikes and the hanging basket spikes, and then I've got some of the in-home fertilizers, just for your plants if you want to bring your plants outside. They call it organic. It's I still have my bottle from 2 years ago almost, and I use it all the time, so
it goes a long ways. And
it does. Yep. And then of course you need to think ahead for summer annual forages. I know we did that in December and January, but I know supply is limited on some. So even though you might be thinking you're on the ball, you might be behind the game. So come in and question us about that. Pick out some that you want. And even if you don't pick up everything you booked, at least you have it if you need it. So
back to the ag producer side, we're still in the window, I imagine, for planting some cover crops, and I think you're set up for that completely, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. You can always talk to Rich. He's the guy that kind of handles our cover crops. Talk to me. Talk to Logan, Jim, any one of them. You mean a lot of people? You'd be surprised. I was actually very surprised how many people come in for clover, not just for their yard, not just for their garden, but just to throw in their pasture.
Really?
Yeah, and that's a great cover crop. I mean, it fixes nitrogen in the soil. It's going to spread like crazy.
I was going to say, it's going to really fill in, isn't it? Yeah.
Pretty hardy. Most animals like it, depending on what type of clover it is. I know my mom always pointed out when I was little, it sticks with my brain, the yellow blossom clover you see in the pastures. She's like, cattle love it until it gets hardy, and then they don't like it, but they'll eat it until it's hard. So
the young tender plant they like. Well, and not only does that provide feed and cover, the bees like it, right?
Yes, and that's what some people come in. They're like, I want my yard to be, a little bit of a pollinator patch. I don't want to have to mow it. That's a common one.
Yes. Yeah.
So for the yard, most people do the white Dutch clover, and then some people throw that in, and they're like, we're just hoping to take it over one step at a time. Or some people do that with buffalo. I've heard all kinds of things, and
well, a lot of people really don't want to mow once or twice a week the whole summer long, but you want it to be green. Clover's a pretty good idea.
Oh, yeah, wonderful idea. It doesn't get tall. It's always green. It's, doesn't smell bad, doesn't look bad, personally.
Yeah.
Fills in.
And if you have maybe a lot out back, if you could get that clover to take over that lot that really doesn't have grass in it anyway, it's more like mowing weeds.
Yeah.
And that might really work.
Yeah.
All right.
And birdseed, don't forget about that. It's been flying off our shelves. So literally, I mean, that was kind of a pun, but it did. We've been filling up bags left and right, and obviously the Finch blend right now. And keep listening, because I'm thinking the beginning of May I might be thinking of like a spring special for birdseed. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there's all different times of the year you get different birds in, but the finches are so much fun, different colors you get.
Yeah.
And it's a little traumatic, though, when a hawk swoops in and eats a fish.
I'm going to say I haven't seen that one, and I'm glad I haven't.
We had it happen in our backyard one day. They were just, having a great time. All of a sudden, whoosh, there was at least one missing.
There, you ended that day, didn't you?
Yeah, but you get to see nature.
Food chain, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But birds are so much fun. It's not really surprising that you're selling that much seed, because everybody likes to have them around. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
And except for grackles.
Are they the gray birds?
They're black little grackles. They like cat food.
Oh.
Yeah, if you have cat food out, you're going to have grackles. How do I know? Well,
might have cat food out.
Yeah. Gosh, we're past 8 now. We're running behind.
Well, I better let you guys go then.
No, you're good. Let's have a little sip of coffee. I wish you had some coffee. Cheers.
Gavin made me coffee this morning. It's in the car.
Will it still be warm?
Oh, yeah. It's in like a thermos, so we're doing good.
There you go.
All right. Arrow Seed is open 5.5 days a week, downtown Broken Bow. And I think a lot of people don't realize that you take care of wholesalers, too. You mentioned that in your conversation. There's a lot of other places that rely on you to stock their shelves, right?
Yeah. And so if you're like not from around the area and you're listening, just like that guy in Southwest Nebraska, like call us. We can tell you one of our dealers. You can look on our website. That's always a good place to go to if you have some questions. Look on our website. Tells you some options we carry in store. Yeah.
Okay. Katrina, thanks.
Thank you.
Arrow Seed and Broken Bow. And it does seem like a Monday, not a Tuesday.
I said that on Friday last week, so.
Yeah. When we figure out what day it is, we're really going to get going here at the station, I got to tell you. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. War in Gaza. Hamas leaders say the only thing wrong with Israel's latest ceasefire proposal is everything. Here's the BBC's Hugo Bachega.
They have three main demands here. They are demanding a permanent ceasefire, in other words, the end of the war. They want all Israeli troops out of Gaza, and they also want displaced residents to be able to return to northern parts of Gaza.
Vice President Kamala Harris meeting today with American relatives of hostages held in Gaza since the October 7th massacres. Police in Las Vegas say yesterday's shooting in a local law office was murder-suicide.
We believe the suspect is deceased. We do have 2 deceased victims on scene, and there is no further threat to the community.
CBS News has learned the victims were married. The shooter, a fellow lawyer, was her former father-in-law. And Tesla settled a lawsuit brought by the family of a Silicon Valley engineer who died in a crash using the company's semi-autonomous driving software. CBS News Brief, I'm Vicki Barker.
In Nebraska news, a Texas man is facing a felony theft charge after police say he stole a Kearney catch-a-ride vehicle Sunday. Pedro Solis Jr., 32, is charged with felony theft by unlawful taking of $5,000 or more and 1 count of misdemeanor obstruction of a police officer. Kearney police learned a Kearney catch-a-ride vehicle was reported stolen around 1:15 a.m. According to court documents, the initial report was that a white Cadillac vehicle was taken from the area of the Salvation Army near the intersection of 17th Street and Central Avenue. The driver of the taxi eventually located the vehicle in an alley between 2nd and 1st Avenues in the 1700 block of the city behind H&R Block. According to the affidavit, officers arrived on the scene and found a man identified as Solis in the driver's seat. Officers started giving commands to the man to get out of the vehicle and told him several times that he was under arrest. Eventually, the Kearney Police Department deployed a police canine on the passenger side of the vehicle. Police pulled the man out of the vehicle and eventually handcuffed him. The driver of the taxi told police that he picked up Solis near Gillies Bar after he was approached about a ride. The driver then took him a short distance before Solis became argumentative, and he was worried that he was going to get physical. The driver stopped the car near the Salvation Army and got out, and that's when Solis slid over to the driver's seat and took off, leading the police to be called. Bond is set for 10% of $20,000, with his preliminary hearing set for May 8th at 3:30 p.m.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In college basketball, men's national title game, battle of top seeds. UConn wins over Purdue 75-60. Huskies pull away in the second half to repeat as national champions. They're our first back-to-back repeat winners since Florida in 2006 and 2007. Boilermaker star Zach Edey in his final game with Purdue had 37 points, but the rest of his team only added 23 points. UConn wins its 6th national title in men's basketball, tied with North Carolina for the 3rd most all-time, trailing only UCLA and Kentucky. And the Huskies have won every tournament game over the past 2 years by double digits. NBA had the night off in baseball. Yankees beat the Marlins 7-0. New York leads the American League with a 9-2 record. Pirates over the Tigers 7-4. Pittsburgh leads the National League with a 9-2 record. Dodgers get their 9th win, beating the Twins 4-2. Shohei Ohtani a home run. And the Cubs had an 8-0 lead on the Padres in San Diego. Padres come all the way back and pull out a 9-8 victory.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Mainly sunny skies today with daytime highs approaching 66. Westerly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows dip down to about 38. Slight chance of rain showers tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 65. Mainly sunny skies. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Homeowners, landlords, and business owners of Custer County and beyond. Is your lawn begging for a makeover? Sharon Lawn Care and Sprinkler Repair has the magic touch for your green oasis. A 4 or 5-step fertilizer program, sprinkler repair expertise, and top-notch aeration and mowing. Transforming your yard into a lush paradise is just a call away. Call Kyle at 308-870-0348. Serving Custer County and beyond.
Sharon Lawn Care and Sprinkler Repair, where the grass is always greener. Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
33 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds have switched out of the north now. They were out of the southwest, northwest now at 5 to 10. Barometric pressure still steady at 30.02. Humidity at 90%. High yesterday, 54. Overnight low of 28. Sunset today at 8:12. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:07. 54 hundredths precipitation measured so far this month. Well, I think we're back on track now, and I've completely caught up with our next guest now, and I understand who she is, who she's married to, and what she does for a living, and a little bit about the family. So I'm just going to sit back and enjoy your conversation, Brent.
Okay.
And I hope Derek's listening, because I know that. I got to ask you this. He's a really laid-back guy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, just steady, and it probably works pretty good in you guys' profession to be kind of laid-back and steady, but he's just kind of goes about it in a straight line, doesn't he?
He does, yep. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I bet you like him.
Yeah, most days.
Yeah, we understand. You're both therapists.
Correct.
Did you go to school at the same location?
Yep. So we met at UNK in undergrad, and then started dating, and then got married right before going to PT school. So we stayed in Kearney at UNMC, but yeah, we were married going through PT school. Some of our professors, I don't think, appreciated it, but I don't know. I think they thought we were gonna copy our answers or something. I don't know. At that point in school, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work. No, not when
you can study together, but you can't.
Well, that's great. And then you both landed a job here at Team Physical Therapy, and I know Jeff was thrilled when he got you guys hired.
Yes.
And so, how's it been going since you settled in Broken Bow? I guess first Ansley, now Broken Bow.
Yeah, it's been really good. We really do like the community. Both of us kind of are working in the areas of PT that we were interested. I'm in the pediatrics area most of the day, and he does quite a bit of outpatient, some hospital and home health as well, which I think he does a really good job at. Fits his laid-back personality well.
Yes, it does.
But yeah, we've really enjoyed the community and gotten involved in a few different things. He's helping with wrestling. We've gotten a lot of graduation invites this year, so I think that shows that maybe we're in the community.
Well, I'm sure that's a good sign. Sure is, and it's obvious that you love kids, little ones. You have a 2-year-old and one on the way.
Yes, one will join us soon.
All right, and so you spend a lot of time with little ones then.
I do. Most of my day is with little kids, and then I come home to my own daughter, and then we'll have another one here soon. But it's different.
Yeah.
It's different playing with your child versus doing therapy on children. So
Of course. And you both are kind of in different areas of physical therapy, so you can have conversations when you get home about what went through the day, and it's not the same thing, right?
Yeah, I think I'd have to really convince him to see any of my pediatric patients. He's not covering my maternity leave.
Gotcha. Well, I think some people out there might wonder, in that area of youth that you work with, what what kind of therapy would be taking place. And I think you talked about it a little bit last time, but talk about it again if you would.
Sure. So there's kind of 3 different settings in pediatrics. So we'll start with the youngest. So like anything from birth to 3 years old. It's through the school, and the school pays for our time of therapy, and really it's family based. So the families come up with goals or concerns they have for their kid, and most often for therapy wise, some of it is like, oh, their neck is kind of tilted to one side, they prefer looking one way. We'll pick those kids up usually to work that out, just so that they're using both sides so their brain develops in the right way. And then, I mean, there's some that are not walking yet, by that golden age of, I mean, everyone thinks 12 months, but really the research says more like 18 months now. And so sometimes those are the kids we pick up. And some of them are just born with diagnosis that we know will delay them in their skills. And so we try to get on board. There's lots of research that, you know, your brain develops so much in those first 3 years that you can even predict your like 4th grade math score based on this cognitive test you can give a 2-year-old. And that it really does. So we like to get in there early and work as a team. And then after that, when they're usually school aged by then, whether they're preschool, and then we start serving them in the schools. And so our goals just look a little different. Rather than the parents telling us what they want to work on, it's, you know, what we see, you know, whether they can't get up on the playground equipment right, or if, you know, they're walking all the way down to the lunchroom and they're really lagging behind, or they can't sit on the floor with their peers. Those are some of the things, more of that school-based mind. And then when it gets to the older grades, we're looking more at like ball skills and coordination, and just kind of helping them through those skills. And it's kind of a variety. Some kids have no underlying diagnosis, just kind of have some things going on or things that impact their ability to access their environment, and some do have diagnoses, and you know, those are the ones that we keep on our caseload, just to watch them through their years and help with their mobility. But that's kind of the 2 areas of the school. And then there's also outpatient, and that one's more medically directed, get a script from their pediatrician or doctor, and we're working on specific goals there too, and that can be any age.
We're speaking with Jillian with Team Physical Therapy, and I think you can tell that her job is challenging but rewarding when you see those kids make those improvements and head towards getting around better and all of the things that you guys can help them with. Talk a little bit about, you mentioned before we went on the air about a project here in town that will play right into that.
Yeah, so I got asked by the committee, it's called the Inclusive Playground Project. And so they kind of just wanted a physical therapy mindset on what playground equipment would be best for the kids here in Broken Bow at the North Park Elementary. But the playground is open to public. So anyone from Custer County, anyone from traveling through can come to this playground. But essentially what we're looking at is finding pieces of equipment that kids of all abilities can access. So it'll have like a hard rubber surface instead of the rubber flake that's there now. And it'll allow these kids who are in wheelchairs or just who have to use devices they have ramps instead of steps going up on the playground equipment. And so they can access it with their peers. And it's really, I mean, they feel included in that. And we do have quite a few students who are on physical therapy services through the school that really will benefit from this playground. And then we're also looking at adding more spinning toys. There's not, I mean, at the park on the square here, all kids love spinning toys. Yeah. And whenever we drive by, one time we were going on our way to church, the kid was in the spinning comet thing, and we go to church for an hour, come back, and he's still in it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'd be puking dizzy. But kids just love that sensation. So we're really looking at playing on the sensory. We want like a music wall, some communication boards for kids who can't verbally communicate, where they could, either tap letters to kind of spell things out for us, or just communicate with their peers in that way. So we're really in the beginning stages. We just met with the rep from the playground equipment yesterday, and she kind of looked at the space and is just going to kind of give us some ideas, give us an estimate of price-wise, and then kind of start our fundraising and kind of where we need to go from there. But
okay. And you mentioned fundraising. Even standard playground equipment anymore is expensive.
Yeah.
It really is. And this, I'm sure, will be kind of a specialty item. So it's going to take some money to put this together. So let us know when the fundraising begins. We'd love to help you do that because It's so important. So,
yeah, and we really hope it does benefit everyone in the county. We want it to be and advertised too. So families on vacation that are coming through, and I know those kids with their families with kids with special needs, need that break and need to get out and move. And they are becoming more popular across the state. There's quite a few inclusive playgrounds that are coming. I know Grand Island just opened a really, really, really big one. But we'd kind of just want to keep up with the times and do what we can for our students.
How much, how do I want to ask this? How important is it to have something like this to where the kids, not only their mobile skills probably improve because they get a little confidence, but just how they feel about, being included?
Yeah, I think it's huge. You can talk to the students who are struggling with keeping up with their peers on the current equipment, and I think it'll be interesting to see how they react, but usually their eyes just light up, and I've seen some videos of kids with like power wheelchairs that can go up and access it now, and I think the peers are excited too. A lot of times, they want to include all of their friends and play, and I think it's good to see that these kids that are different or have different abilities don't just have to stand there by the teacher the whole time, because then they're not getting any play or interaction that they need. And so, I think it's good life lessons for kids too. And I really have been impressed by how inclusive the academic part is. At all of the schools I work at, they really try to get these kids in the classroom, even if they're not doing the same thing as the other students. They might be in the back working with blocks instead of, doing math problems, but they're still doing math-related goals, just in their unique way.
Sounds like it's a project very much worthwhile, Brent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we'll try to get more pictures out. I think that really helps visualize, what we're envisioning and what we could bring to the area. But yeah, it'll be a big project, and we'll try for some grants and just kind of fundraisers here and there. The first one we have is a fun run, and that we haven't really broadcasted a lot yet, but for the last day of school, we want to do a run up at Melham Park that's kind of a color run, fun last day, and get the kids involved.
For the kids.
The kids are going to be the ones benefiting from this playground equipment. So
I think it's exciting, and it will be something too that, as you mentioned, for the entire area, they can come in and utilize that, even if they're from clear up at Brewster. Or,
and I know a lot of people come here either whether it's to eat or get groceries, or and if they know it's here, let's add a half hour to our trip and go let the kids play.
I think the hard part might be keeping all the kids from spending time on the new playground equipment. They won't mind at all trying out some new equipment. So I guess that's okay.
That'd be great. Yeah, they might have to ask to extend recess time.
They might. Thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate it. I know that Team Physical Therapy has locations all over the area, and most of those I think you can walk into if you're out there and you've got a back that's bothering you or a shoulder or something like that. You can call, of course, and make an appointment, but you guys are kind of equipped to take care of people when they need to walk in, right?
Yep, absolutely. We have lots of therapists on staff, and that's kind of the goal, that, anyone who needs it and can walk in, we can try and get them in still that day.
And Brent, how much will they see Jeff Denson beginning in about May or so? Will they be able to spot him anywhere around the clinic?
Around the clinic?
Yeah.
I'm guessing no. But if you happen to go to a ball field, most specifically the Legion ball field in Broken Bow, I'm guessing you could see him there. Maybe he'll look at you after hours if you go to the ball field.
We should just get him his own treatment table down there.
Yeah, there
and
you
say
go.
Appointments are at the field.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure that if you've been around Jeff, in those situations, I've seen him several times. Especially, he's there when the kids need help. But somebody will, ask him, the old shoulder's bothering me. What do I do about it? And he's not afraid to say, well, listen, kind of check it out. Come down to the clinic and we'll get that taken care of. So he's on the job. He's just on a baseball field.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for coming in.
Yep, thank you guys.
You betcha. We'll take a time out with these words.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing the list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Burning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at burningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Burning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
The 4-H and FFA programs were that foundation set for me to compete and get better all the time.
I was also introduced to topics like entrepreneurship and record keeping. All of those experiences grow lots of possibilities.
If you believe in developing the next generation, these programs are developing leaders for our community and our state.
Choice gas selection has begun. Call 877-274-5710 by April 24th to make your choice. Constellation is proud to support Nebraska 4-H and FFA.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
In both revitalizing lawns and keeping them beautiful. Have them come to your home or business and worry about applying fertilizer with their 5-step program. Then sell the lawnmower and have them cruise by and take care of that too. To keep your lawn happy, ask about sprinkler repair and aeration. Licensed and insured, serving Custer County and beyond. 308-870-0348.
Sharon, Lawn Care and Sprinkler Repair, where the grass is always greener.
It's 8:31. Good to have you aboard. Thank Jillian for coming in from Team Physical Therapy, and we were talking with Jillian off the air when they get going on their fundraisers for that equipment for the kids. We're going to help if we can. That's such a cool thing.
Yeah, great project.
Yeah, and Brent was talking off the air too, to have those kind of people available at the schools for all the kids. Maybe they get a little out of whack, they got a sore neck or something like that. And when, you go back in years, there wasn't any thing like that when most people went to school. So it's really nice to have and appreciated. All right, Brent.
Yes, Dave.
I have a stack of things over here that I wanted to talk about, and I know you have some things there that you want to talk about. But we want to talk a little bit about Arnold. They're having their cleanup month there. They want to make Arnold shine. That's the theme. And they have a date set for a volunteer day, which is on Monday, April 22nd. The storm date is April 29th if the weather doesn't work out. If you have property in Arnold that needs some cleaning up, well, this is the way to kind of get involved. As a volunteer, you can help others and maybe help your neighborhood. Volunteers from the Arnold Rotary, Arnold Chamber, Arnold Public Schools, American Legion, and village personnel want to help make Arnold shine. If you'd like to get involved or you have questions about it, please call Patty Lamberty at 848-2228. The cell is 308-520-4495, or call Becky Daly at 848-2522. Put your name on the list and get involved. The Arnold Chamber is going to provide meals for the volunteers that day as well, and they're going to have a roll-off container placed in the village street shop for your convenience when cleaning your property. So they're all set up and ready to go. They want to make Arnold shine. Also coming up, the Selco benefit that we've been talking about. The Friends of Hannah and Jeff Selco want to help because they recently found out their daughter Kendry has bone cancer, and family and friends are having a fundraiser to help with expenses. So they have the Selco Medical Fund set up at the First National Bank in Sargent, so you can make a donation anytime. And then on Sunday, April 21st from 2 until 4, they're having a gathering with a free will offering, dessert, and silent auction at the Palladium in Sargent. They also have some raffles that are available to get involved in, and make some good money that way for them, and maybe win like a half beef to be processed in August at Sargent Pack, for instance. And they're only going to sell 200 tickets for each raffle, and they also have a 75th anniversary modeled Ruger 1022 Sporter that they're raffling off as well, along with the processed beef. That's 2 separate prizes, so consider that. For tickets or donations, call Pam Goldsby at 308-870-3731 or Margaret Devine at 308-215-0168. And I'm guessing they're probably got some Facebooking going on and some information that you can gather on social media about this as well.
All right. Circle V Stitch and Post, our good friend Velma, ready to work with you to get your creation started today with her quality custom embroidery service. Of course, things like weddings, the wedding season is kind of coming up on us. You have baby showers that go on, and people are always looking for that special personalized gift. Well, Velma can help you find just the right one. She does all kinds of different things, can personalize things like afghans, blankets, towel sets, and more, all personalized for the happy couple or new parents-to-be. So visit with Velma, Circle V Stitch and Post, and get your creation started today. Give her a call at 872-6173. Circle V Stitch and Post in Broken Bow. You'll find it just north of town out on Paulson Road.
Speaking of stitching, don't forget about the Quilt Show by Custer's Last Stitch Quilt Guild. And they are going to be having the stunning array of works on show created by talented individuals from the Custer's Last Stitch Kilt Guild. This runs the 13th through the 20th of April and will be at the Brookstone View Community Room here in Broken Bow. And they'll be making that available to you at 9 a.m. until 5:30, Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sundays 1 to 4. Free entry, April 13th through the 20th, the Custer's Last Stitch Quilt Guild Show. Pretty impressive, I'm sure. Also, save the date, Wednesday, April 24th. There'll be a media candidates forum at the Broken Bow Municipal Building. The public is invited and encouraged to attend. Candidates for Legislative District 43, Tanya Storr and Tony Tangwall, have confirmed their participation, and candidates for the Custer County Supervisors are invited to participate, as their names will appear on the May 14th primary ballot. So that's coming up pretty quickly, and you'll want to get to know what those folks are thinking and where you want to kind of get some information on these candidates. So when you go in to vote, you know what you're going to do. The forum will be hosted by the Custer County Chief, KBBN Radio, and KCNI KBBN Radio. It will be moderated by the Custer County Chief. All questions will be asked by media representatives. And you can submit a question in advance to be considered for use by emailing chiefnews@custercountychief.com. You do need to make sure they know who you are. They will not consider anonymous questions, so include your name, address, and contact phone. The info will not be shared in the paper or during the forum, but they want to know who you are, and that certainly makes sense. Save the date, Wednesday, April 24th at 6:30 at the Broken Bow Municipal Building, Wednesday, April 24th.
A job opportunity to share with you. You can check out this posting in full by going to sandhillsexpress.com and going to the employment page. When you're there, you'll find out that the Nebraska Department of Transportation has an exceptional opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. To apply, you need to go to this website because an online state application must be completed to apply for the position. So go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
It is about 8:39. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN and or on YouTube and Facebook and X.
Yes. Can't forget X.
Formerly Twitter. Okay. This is National Name Yourself Day.
Oh, name myself.
If you don't like your name, this is the day you can call yourself something else.
Oh.
You know, maybe your parents were hippies or they were intoxicated when they named you. And or maybe at the time it seemed like a great name and not so much now. I guess this is a day you don't have to spend a lot of money to change your name. You can just change your name for this day.
Okay.
So what would you rename yourself?
Oh, man, put me on the spot. I'll be honest, I don't know if I've ever really thought of it before. I don't know.
How about a rapper name or a wrestler name?
I don't know. I don't know what I would rename myself. You know what you would rename yourself?
Not really. I'm okay with.
Because when I look
Dave.
at you, I'll be honest. When I look at you, I see a Dave.
I see a Brent.
Yeah.
So we won't do it. But if you don't like your name today, go ahead and use some other name because you can do that today. It's Name Yourself Day. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know. We all get used to our names, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Birthdays: Dennis Quaid.
Oh, yeah, Dennis Quaid, good actor. Been in a lot of good movies.
A lot of movies, yeah. 70 today.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. Albert Hammond Jr., age 44 today, singer and guitarist for the rock band The Strokes, and was a championship-winning roller skater as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Keisha Knight Pulliam is 45.
Cosby Show.
Yep. She was Rudy.
Rudy, yep. The
Huxtable.
youngest.
She currently plays Miranda Payne on The House of Payne.
Oh.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know if I've seen that show.
There's so many shows now on streaming that you can't actually see them all, I don't think. This is in your ballpark. The president of the NCAA says women's teams should be compensated like men's. South Carolina defeated Iowa to win the national championship on Sunday. Now the president of the NCAA says he hopes that women's basketball teams will be rewarded just like the men's teams are. Charlie Baker says changes coming next season will give the women's team financial compensation for winning, thanks in part to a new contract with ESPN worth $115 million per year for 4 different sports. Baker says that women's basketball is an important part of that deal. I would think so, because I think they had higher ratings than the men did.
I think, yeah. I don't know what the rating was for last night's men's championship, but the women's championship game set a record, I believe.
It did.
So
it did. So that's some things in the news going on right now. One last thing. Do you have an Apple phone or a Droid?
I have a Droid. I'm just not an iPhone guy. I don't know.
But I dropped it on the sidewalk when I was going out for a walk, and I let the lady talk me into a Droid when I replaced the phone. And there's things I like about both.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like about any of them anymore, the newer ones, they don't have a phone jack in them.
Oh, for headphones.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to get the little earbuds.
And Bluetooth it.
Bluetooth, and one of them doesn't work when you're walking.
Or you forget to charge them up.
Yeah. Why can't we just have a phone jack?
I don't
For radio guys, we want a phone jack.
Yeah. We like... Oh, man. My wife when you're in the radio business, you like cords. You just kind of do.
Cables.
You got to have cables, and my wife just hates our setup around the TV because they're just cords going everywhere. I try to hide them, but I like cords.
I do too.
So, old radio guys, just having the old set of headphones that you plug into the headphone jack, and then you try to twist them and tie them up a little bit so the cord's not flying all over the place. We still like that.
I do too, and I like... we got a cord running across to your TV like that, and it starts humming. You go, well, I can fix that. I'll just keep touching them until I figure out which one's humming. Can't do that without cords.
Exactly.
Anyway, Apple apps like Safari, Siri, and Find are still tracking you if you have an iPhone and you think you're not being tracked anymore. Even when you think you have the settings turned off, the apps are following you.
Oh.
The programs are still scooping up all stuff like calls, payment methods, and IP addresses. Researchers urge you to go into each app individually and make sure the tracking is off. So even though you've got the phone you think set to where it's not tracking you, and the GPS of it and all of the different ways they can figure out, where you are and what you're doing, go in and each individual app that you're using and shut off the tracking on them, because Apple's still doing it. Speaking of maybe a little under the shady side of things, Walmart, one of my favorites.
Yes, I know.
has been accused of overcharging grocery customers, along with some other.
I've heard this.
Yeah. So they deny the claim, but they've decided to pay up. They lost a $45 million class action lawsuit that accused them of falsely inflating the weights of items, thereby charging above the lowest advertised price. So they advertised the price, adjusted the weight so that they got you.
Huh.
They deny doing this, but they paid the $45 million class action lawsuit. So if you bought groceries from Walmart in the last 5 years, you could be eligible for some cash payback.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to figure that out.
Well, that's a good question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people bought groceries at Walmart in the last 5 years?
Well, not me.
I know, not you. Yes,
but a lot of people do.
Yeah, but when you think about nationwide, my goodness, how are they going to divide that up?
Yeah, nationwide. I'd rather have somebody beat me with a wet noodle than go to Walmart. Period. I wouldn't even think about shopping for groceries there. But when I drive, you go to Kearney, go to visit relatives or whatever. And I drive by Walmart and I see the parking lot. I go, oh my God. There's no way I'm going in there. But some people love it. It's just, yikes. I'm so happy that I married Joan for a lot of reasons. But we both hate shopping. So we...
There you go.
We're not really going to go out of our way to stand in line to shop. But there are people out there that love shopping. And I don't know, it's kind of like a recreation to them. But I no way.
I'm kind of with you. Yeah.
I mean, I like people. I do.
I know you do.
I just don't like that many of them in one place. I'm going to leave you now.
Oh, you are?
Brent. Yeah,
okay.
soon,
all right. I'm on my own.
I'm going to go to the supervisors meeting.
Oh, okay.
And see if I can collect enough information.
Well, if anybody needs supervision, it's you.
After this morning, I think you're right. But we'll try to get that together for you. We'll probably have the story about the supervisors on the air and posted for you tomorrow. School board meeting I attended last night and got that story up for you on Sandhills this morning, and it's on the air now. Some interesting things going on there. And then City Council is tonight, so we'll see if we can get that covered for you as well and post it on Sandhills and air it on KCNI KBBN.
Can I just mention one more thing?
You can.
Here real quick. We're going through some community things here earlier this half hour. I do want to remind you that the Hospital Auxiliary Rummage Sale begins this weekend with bundle days on this coming Sunday and Monday. And then the sale days are next Tuesday through Thursday. Had a chance to visit with Auxiliary President Jan Doggett about the sale. And we're going to air that for you folks over on KCNI Radio during today's public affairs. A lot of good information in there as far as what kind of items they accept and how everything will work. So we encourage you to tune in and listen to that. That'll be around 10:05 or so on public affairs on KCNI Radio today.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, yeah, that's coming up. And try to remember to make sure what you drop off is nice and clean and ready to go. And they do some great things with this money that they've raised over the years. They've had great success in doing some things up at the hospital that they can help with.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
What's so funny?
Christy's been standing outside the door for, I think, the past 30 minutes.
Let's call her Drew. Drew and Christy can't get our attention today. Come on in, Christy.
Hi, Christy. Thanks.
You know, you could just walk in.
I kept thinking you'd be done.
I saw her standing out there, and I didn't let you know. I'm like, oh, this is going to be funny. Love you, Christy.
Love you, Christy. Don't feel bad about Christy. I do feel bad about Drew.
Yes, I do too. Oh, we did get Drew on the air, though. That was the important thing.
We did.
I feel bad, though, when I first called him. I said, oh, we'll be with you in about a minute.
Gosh. That's embarrassing.
It is a little bit. Yeah, that was my fault. I usually tell you he's on the phone when you come in, and I just simply forgot.
I'm like an old horse. You got to lead me to the tank, man. You can't expect me. I'll start wandering around if you don't tell me what to do.
All right, so I will try to fill in for you while you're gone.
Yeah, we still have off-Broadway assisted living coming in next half hour, and you can do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Maybe Christy would like to come in and speak her mind. No, let's don't do that.
Folks, to purchase some really nice first calf heifer pairs, some out of Logan, Iowa. We've also got some out of Pender, Nebraska. These are first calf heifer pairs that have 5-week-old AI sired Wagyu calves at the side. We've also got some Wagyu bulls that we'll be selling out of Sidney, Nebraska. We also have some fancy animals selling out of Wisner, Nebraska. So dial up Big Iron for this livestock sale that will start to close once again at 1:30 this afternoon. Tomorrow, folks, on Wednesday, Big Iron will feature over 2,800 items from over 270 different sellers. Now, Van Berkel Farms, Inc. out of Sioux Center, Iowa, they'll be selling some late-model John Deere equipment. A John Deere 2310 mulch finisher, a John Deere 1990D CCS air seeder will sell. They have a big liquid manure tank applicator as well, plus a Wilson spread axle livestock trailer. The Circle E Ranch by Stewart, Nebraska will conduct their auction here on Wednesday. Oak Valley Dairy in Burley, Idaho will feature some late model mixer feed trucks. TLC Automotive and Towing LLC out of Sterling, Colorado, folks. If you would like to purchase a wrecker, I tell you what, 343 items are selling, including a 1993 Kenworth W900 tandem axle wrecker. They have all their shop equipment, everything used in their business, including some rollback trucks, some smaller single-axle wrecker trucks will sell on this big sale in Sterling, Colorado on Wednesday. Van Wall Equipment, Inc., your John Deere dealer with various locations across Iowa, will sell some late-model John Deere farm equipment here on Wednesday, including a John Deere 8R340 mechanical front tractor. They have a 2022 John Deere N530C 30-foot air seeder selling, and a John Deere 2230 70-foot field cultivator, all selling on BigIron.com. On April 11th, folks, Peterson Management LLC out of Chase, Kansas will be conducting their online auction. 83 items will sell. They've got a 2020 Ace Rotomold 3,250-gallon poly tank, a 2012 Apache AS720 two-wheel drive self-propelled sprayer, a Gleaner S77 combine, a Case IH 385 four-wheel drive tractor with a PTO, a Freightliner FLD 120 semi-truck tractor, a white 8222 12-row 30 no-till planter, a Great Plains 40-foot drill will sell on this sale as well. Folks, an outstanding lineup of equipment, including a New Holland 9482 versatile four-wheel drive tractor. All of this equipment selling for Peterson Ag out of Chase, Kansas on Thursday, April 11th. And on Friday, April the 12th, folks, everybody's been talking about the 5,058 acres of ranch and pasture ground in Banner County, Nebraska that will sell in 3 tracts, folks, for the Van Pelt Ranch. This historic 130-year Van Pelt Ranch was established in 1887, and it will sell to the highest bidder. For more information, get a hold of Ron Stock or John Buell. They will be at the Kimball Public Library on Friday morning to answer questions. This property, folks, is located approximately 17 miles north of Kimball, Nebraska, and then a few miles west. Once again, go to the Big Iron website for all the latest information on this ranch that will sell to the highest bidder once again here on Friday, April the 12th. All of the machinery, all of the livestock, all of the land will sell to the highest bidder. Dial up BigIron.com. And folks, if you've got machinery, livestock, or land that you would like to sell, call us at 1-800-937-3558. Thank you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A massive class action settlement proposal over that 2023 derailment in eastern Ohio. Here's CBS News correspondent Allison Keyes.
Norfolk Southern says it will pay $600 million to resolve all class action claims within a 20-mile radius of the derailment that forced the evacuation of half of East Palestine, Ohio.
Sentencing day in Michigan for James and Jennifer Crumbly, the first parents to be criminally charged for a school shooting carried out by their child. Here's CBS's Nikki Batiste.
Court filings last week revealed Jennifer Crumbly is asking to be placed on house arrest, even as prosecutors argue she has shown a chilling lack of remorse.
Son Ethan serving life for the murders of 4 students. And scientists say last month was the hottest March since records began, the 10th straight record-breaking month.
It's this long-term trend with exceptional records that has us very concerned.
Samantha Burgess with the European Climate Agency, Copernicus. CBS News Brief, I'm Vicki Barker.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wire.
For the second consecutive year, the Yukon Huskies are national champions.
And the second verse is the same as the first. Yukon repeats as national champions, the third team to repeat in the last 50 years. 75-60 the final.
That was Kevin Kugler on Westwood One Radio with the call as the Huskies win the battle of number one seeds to win their second straight national championship. It's the sixth men's basketball championship in program history for the Huskies. They're tied with North Carolina for third most all time. They're also the first repeat champion since Florida did it in 2006 and 2007. Great effort by Zach Edey in the loss. He had 37 points in his final game with the Boilermakers. The rest of his teammates had 23 combined.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Mainly sunny skies today with daytime highs approaching 66. Westerly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows dip down to about 38. Slight chance of rain showers tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 65, mainly sunny skies. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
At our studios currently 39 degrees, sunny skies, winds are out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The barometer 30.02 and the humidity is 87%. High in Broken Bow yesterday hit 54 degrees with the low dropping to 28. Our sunset for this evening 8:12 and the sunrise tomorrow 7:07. Precipitation total for the month of April so far recorded here at our studios showing 54 100ths of an inch for the month of April thus far. All right, we have some wonderful guests in the studio. I don't know, I keep saying guests, but it's like you're just part of the breakfast show family because we kind of talk to you each and every week. Off Broadway is here. Jody is here. Felicia is here. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. Doing good.
Great to have you in the studio. We were kind of talking off the air about some subjects that we wanted to talk about this morning. Let's start with your senior dance that you have coming up. I know a lot of schools they maybe have prom coming up quickly. A lot of schools have already had prom.
Correct.
And you know what? You just never get too old to go to a dance. Well, especially if you still have your significant other with you and stuff. It's a special time to get together, and you guys have put together something special coming up, right?
Yes. Go ahead, Felicia. Sorry.
Yes, actually on the 18th of this month from 1 to 3 p.m., we are going to be having some live entertainment with Tim Mohana, and we're going to be having, of course, the dance, and we're going to have provided snacks and drinks as well. So make sure that you call us if you want to be on the list and come on in. If you can't let us know that you're going to be there, I mean, I guess that's fine if you show up. But, it would be nice to kind of get a head count so we know how much snacks to get.
And I think you guys have done this at least one time prior, right? And I think it was a great event, wasn't it, Jody?
It was. The residents really enjoyed it. Last year we called it our winter ball.
Oh, nice.
So they had a blast. So I'm hoping this year they have just as much fun.
I assuming many of them got all dressed up for the event?
Yes, they did. The men got in the suits and tuxes, and the women in the dresses. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it is scheduled for when again, Felicia?
For the 18th from 1 to 3 p.m.
Okay,
yes.
1 to 3 in the afternoon that day.
Yes.
On the 18th. Okay.
So next week.
Yep.
All right. And it does really help you guys. If someone's planning to attend, it really helps to call ahead and kind of let you know that they're coming, correct?
Yes, that helps a lot.
All right. All right, great. I know that we have talked about in the past some special things you do on Facebook. Of course, social media, great way to kind of get Off-Broadway's name out there. And you've kind of incentivized people a little bit in sharing your Facebook page with some contests that you've been doing. What's cooking for the month of April?
So for this month, we are doing a gift certificate to Broken Bow Floral. It's an $80 value. So the way to get into the drawing is to like, share, and comment on the post. Mm-hmm. You can do that as many times throughout the month as you want to.
Okay.
That will get you entered. And it will end on the 29th.
All right. Well, you guys have really done some neat contests and giveaways with this concept, and I'm sure you've made a lot of people happy in the process, haven't you?
We have.
Yeah. That's great. So make sure you check them out on Facebook, and not just for the contest, but I know you guys are very active on your Facebook page to keep people up to date with things that are happening. I'm sure just like the dance we were talking about, you're using Facebook to promote that. So very important to follow your Facebook page, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We posted the Easter photo shoots on there with our residents and the kids that came in, and people seem to really like that. So
that turned out really, really fun.
Yeah.
We talk about the family atmosphere of Off-Broadway. There's a big extended family at Off-Broadway too, isn't it? And I'm sure you really got to experience that over the Easter holiday.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
Yes.
That's great. If people are interested in Off-Broadway, and I know we've talked about this in the past, Jody, maybe you're not ready for that step yet, but you're thinking maybe in the future I might be. It's never too early to just seek out information about Off-Broadway, is it?
No, the time is always today to try to get that accomplished, so that we understand what you may need in the future when you're ready, so that we can help you accomplish that.
Mm-hmm. I know that you guys are always willing to do tours, so if someone out there is not, maybe you've never been in the facility before, you won't be disappointed. It's a great facility with a lot of benefits to it, and you guys are willing to take people through and kind of share all of that information with them, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And come in and have some free ice cream while you're taking that tour.
Wow, free ice cream? Oh, yummy. So did you guys tell me at one time you can make different flavors?
Yes.
On your ice cream? So is there like a flavor of the week or something that you do, or?
Well, it's kind of vanilla, I think. But right now, I just happened to see that there is cherry in the machine.
Cherry soft serve ice cream? Oh, my. Well, I might be stopping by now that you tell me that. So there you go, folks. A lot of great benefits at Off-Broadway, and it's exactly what it says. It's assisted living, and that's what you do. You just assist the people who are there in living arrangements. So, let's see, other topics that you guys wanted to discuss here this morning?
I don't think so. I think that was about it. We do have a couple of openings, so just call us and talk to us.
All right. Yeah, we'll encourage people to do that. We talk about the family at Off-Broadway, and it's not just the residents there. It's people that work there, too. You're all one big family, aren't you?
We are. The team that we've kind of built right now is all about the residents and how happy they are, and that's good. That's great to see because they are a part of our family. We see them more than what we do our family at home, so sometimes.
Very true.
Yeah, great. Well, ladies, it's great to see you again. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for having us.
Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right. right.
All right.
Thank you.
Jody and Felicia with us from Off-Broadway, our guests here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Planting season is upon us, and at Doltmeyer Sales, we know things don't always go according to plan. We ensure wide and deep inventories across the major brands you rely on, like Banjo, T-Jet, Hypro, Ace Pumps, John Blue, Wilger, Greenleaf, Kiriyama Hose, Canaflex Hose, Squid Taylor, Continental NH3, and many more. Doltmeyer Sales covers the entire state of Nebraska with one-day ground transit, which means less downtime for you and your operation. Order 24/7 at doltmeyer.com and ask about our free freight.
This is April Good, proud to be with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. We've been inundated with buyers from all over the country finding our website and asking about north central Nebraska farmland. Most buyers would be delighted to lease back the land to the seller or their trusted tenants. If you are thinking about taking advantage of these once-in-a-lifetime market conditions, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis on your property and check us out at lashleyland.com.
Quality custom embroidery is available right here in central Nebraska from locally owned Nebraska Pasture Door. Whether you're wanting to support your favorite team or athlete or promote your business with new apparel, stop in and talk with Cynthia on the west side of the square in Broken Bow. Whether you have an idea you want to see come to life or you need help imagining a design, Cynthia can help. If you have a favorite brand you love, there's a good chance she can order it and then embroider it. Nebraska Pasture Door, embroidery and custom apparel, located in Broken Bow on the square.
9:13 the time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent hanging out with you here in the studio for the remainder of the show. Good to have you folks along. Boy, big night coming up at Sylvester's in Broken Bow. Ladies and gentlemen, since 1983, the Pantomime Players have entertained the citizens of central Nebraska, and they are back this Saturday to do her again. The pantomime performers have many talented local stars in their show, so come and enjoy some great entertainment this Saturday night when they'll be performing at Sylvester's in Broken Bow. Showtime is 9 p.m. on Saturday. For an entertaining theatrical show featuring music, lip-syncing, acting, dancing, and plenty of laughs, make sure you're at Sylvester's this Saturday night. Again, the show starts at 9, so get there early. It's always a very popular show, and so we encourage you to get there early, get your seat, and enjoy the Pantomime Players. Coming back to Sylvester's, they'll be performing Saturday night beginning at 9 o'clock. here this morning. This just brought in. During the month of April, they are doing some prescribed burns at the Halsey Forest. And we've been informed that they have a prescribed burn that they'll be planning to do today. They plan to start at around 11 a.m. So just take that into consideration. If you're up in that area, just know that that is what's going on. So if you see smoke from around that area, please know that it is a prescribed burn that they will be planning to start at 11 o'clock this morning at the Halsey Forest. Jody and Felicia were in just a moment ago from Off-Broadway. Jody mentioned that there are some job opportunities through Off-Broadway at the moment, so we're going to take time to kind of update you on some more specifics regarding those. Now, you can check all of the information out on sandhillsexpress.com. The full postings are there for you on the employment page. Right now, and they're looking for someone to fill the role of administrator. You would serve as ambassador to the facility, responsible for the day-to-day administration of programs, services, and financial operations, planning, development, implementation, evaluation, and improvement of program services, management of staff, and the delivery of high-quality services as determined by the management company, residents, and their families. The administrator would be responsible for ensuring operations consistent with state and federal regulations and assisted living industry. He would oversee the delivery of resident care that promotes dignity, independence, self-determination, privacy, and safety. Also at Off-Broadway in Broken Bow, they're looking for folks to fill the role of night shift med aide. You would be assisting residents with daily tasks in this position, ensure residents are given proper medication, and perform nightly tasks. With both of these jobs, they are offering a $2,000 signing bonus. Great benefits come with the jobs as well. And for more information, you can contact the facility at 872-2522. You can stop by their facility, which is located at 403 South First Avenue in Broken Bow. Also, if you're interested in either position, you can just send your resume to administrator@offbroadwayapartments.com. Also, there is a referral bonus with these job opportunities as well, so maybe we've piqued some interest to you as far as maybe knowing someone that might be interested in one of these positions. If you refer them, perhaps they get hired. Well, you could be rewarded, too, for just referring them. A referral bonus possible of $500. So if you know someone who would be qualified for the position, feel free to send that information by email to administrator@offbroadwayapartments.com. And again, to take a look at these listings in full, you can check them out on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page.